Most businesses lose leads not because of bad offers, but because no one picks up the phone when a lead actually shows interest. In this video, I'm going to show you how we use AI to qualify thousands of leads on autopilot while cutting response time by 80% and never missing a call again. I run Sonar AI, where we build voice agents that sound human, book appointments, and handle your inbound and outbound calls without really needing to hire any sales rep. If you want to automate your calls or just have a few questions around this topic, I offer free consultations and you can find the link down in the description. Let's dive in. Very briefly here, I just want to show you how we are going to work when it comes to the text. So we will have on the one hand retail, which is the agent part. It's where we set our agent, and then cal.com is what we use in order to check for available bookings and then book appointments through it. So it's a very simple setup. It shouldn't take too much to actually put it. I will be providing also the template for what I'm building here. So just go grab it and get to try it. Okay, so we have our agent here. And by the way, we're going to leave you in the description all the scripts that I'm using here. Actually, I can just export this agent and you can plug and play it into your retail app. So we're actually using retail. That's important to mention. So if you don't have an account, please sign up. You'll likely be brought to this view here, and then you will need to create a new agent. Or in this case, if you just want to import the agent that I'm providing here, you just click on import and you drag and drop the agent that I will be leaving in the description. Amazing. So I'm going here, I will just give it to you. I will show you exactly what you need to change so you can then kind of plug and play along. Yeah, so in this case, we just have an agent that is for a real estate company, and it pretty much follows up with people who have shown interest. So we first send them an email and then we actually call them. So I'm not going to go too deep into the details here when it comes to the prompt, but generally we are providing it the role. So you're Emma, a friendly, helpful digital assistant for Vista Homes. That's the name of the company. We set the context, so the company name, what the opportunity is, what are the, let's say, dynamic variables that we have in this case. So we have name, phone, and email. And then we're going to kind of provide when we are available so in this case, we're trying to offer consultations to go and check a property, and it's from 9 to 5 pretty much. In my case, I put my time zone. I think this is important to mention that when it comes to the time zone, if you want it to be correct, you always need to come into current time, and you need to come into current time, and then you need to set your own. So for me, it's Europe, Rome. If you're in the US, perhaps it's America, New York, or America, Chicago, if you're in Central. So just check that out in case you are facing issues with the time zone. And yeah, then we gave it some guidelines on how to structure, let's say, discussion. Not rather structure, but how to act, how to carry yourself during this discussion. And then we provide it with a scenario. So actually the script of how you conduct the call. So step 1, you kind of open the call, and then step 2, you state why you're calling, so the purpose, you handle replies or objections, and then you come to the scheduling part, and so on and so forth. And then in this case, we don't have much of a knowledge base, so it's totally fine to just leave it here in the prompt, which is what we did here. Yeah, so that should work pretty neatly. And yeah, when it comes to the booking side of things, so we covered now the agent side of things. We now want to look into the functions, because functions is where we can set up the check availability and book appointment. Check availability, pretty much what it does is that it allows us to check for available slots in the calendar. In our case, my calendar that I booked, that I hooked up with cal.com. We'll get to that now. And book appointment, once we've found the different availabilities, we give the user the option to choose any of them. And once they choose one, we pretty much go ahead and book it. Yeah, that is pretty much it when it comes to the retail side. Now, going to the cal.com side, which is where we handle all of our bookings and all of the, let's say, calendar availabilities. I want you to sign up for this platform if you haven't yet, and just like get configured. And then once you have everything ready, I want you to select any of let's say the booking slots that you want to work with. In my case, I'm using the 15-minute one. And what we need from here is pretty much the ID. So I want you to take this number right here and copy it somewhere safe, because we will need it now. You copy it and you put it into a notepad perhaps, and you do the same thing for the API key. We need the API key to then hook it up with retail. You go to settings, and then from settings you go to API keys, and then you would need to, I already have this so I'm not going to do it, but you would click on add, you would give it a name, name it whatever, and you can put the expiration. You can also put never expires if you wanted to kind of go ahead and not run out. Amazing, but just make sure that once you get this little code, make sure to copy it along with the ID. So yeah, we don't have to create a new one, because once you close that tab, then you're not able to get the code again. Amazing, so now I'm assuming you have the ID and you have the API key. And now what you need to do is come back into retail, and we will need to put this information inside of the check calendar availability and book appointment. So we come here, and yeah, we pretty much put the API key that we had before and the event ID. And that is the information that I want you to fill out in order for this to kind of hook up with cal.com. Amazing, once you do that, perfect. And now another important part would be to put your time zone. As I said before, for me it's Europe, Rome. For you it might be America, New York, or yeah, whatever else. So please make sure you check that. And you do the same thing for book on the calendar. You put the API key, you put the event ID, and the time zone, just as before. And that's pretty much it. So now you're hooked up with retail and with the cal.com side. And just to give you a quick explainer and just to show you how it works, we're gonna test it now. Hey there.
Hi, this is Emma from Vista Homes. Is this Mo?
Yeah, that's me.
In following up on your interest in one of our listings, just wanted to check if you had any questions or if you'd like to book a quick viewing with Marco.
Yeah, let's book a viewing. Are you you have availability next Monday at 4 p.m.?
Let me check if next Monday at 4 p.m. is available for a viewing. Great, next Monday at 4 p.m. is available. Shall I book it for you?
Yeah, please.
I'll book your viewing for next Monday at 4 p.m. now. Perfect, your viewing is confirmed for next Monday at 4 p.m. It'll send a confirmation email now and a reminder before the visit. Anything else I can help with?
No, that's all. Thanks a lot. Ciao. Bye.
Thanks for your time, Mo. Have a great day.
Cool. Yeah. So now we did the call. She looked for available. I mean, actually, she didn't check. I kind of directly told her what to look for because I had in my mind, the slot already. But in the background, what she did is that she went into my calendar. She checked the availability. Hey, is 4 p.m. next Monday available? The response was yes. And then she came back to me and she told me, hey, yeah, it's available. Are you willing to book it? I'm like, yeah, please go ahead and book it. And that's how we got it to work. Cool. And actually, let's go to the calendar and see. And here it is. Our calendar has been, let's say, filled with a slot at 4 p.m. as we initiated it. Amazing. One important note, I think, just to test this, if you want to play around with it in retail, what you need to do is just fill out the the variables here. So just put your name, your email, and your phone number. The current time you don't need to set because that is dynamically added by ChatGPT, so by the LLM itself. So you don't need to worry about this, but just make sure you fill these out. Fantastic. I think that is pretty much it. As I said, I will be providing you with this prompt. I will export it and then I will provide it for you to be downloaded if you want to play with it in retail. Amazing. Now, if you want to connect it, or if you want to, for example, connect a phone number, I do have separate videos, but if you have questions about this, so you want to connect it to a real phone number, or you have issues with connecting with your calendar, you can also just ask in the comments, or I also provide free consultations in the description below. So just feel free to book and we can have a chat about it. And yeah, that was it from my side, and I see you in the next video.